Hi folks, this is all the fruit. I'm on the island of Tenerife in the Canary Islands. And since I was specifically asked to look for mulberries, here I am with quite an unusual mulberry tree. When I saw this tree and the one over there, at first I was completely sure that this is Morus alba. Look at this quite straight growth form, those young twigs which are like 3 meters long and probably less than 3 years old. The giant leaves, look at the size of those leaves. Well, let's try to get one in the sun. This is slightly smaller but still enormous. Well, here, look at this one, the size of this leaf. Or here, well, giant leaves are not unusual when a tree is cut back severely. Basically, the tree still has a lot of roots, but not enough branches. So the roots to branch ratio is quite disturbed, so it produces big leaves in order to get a use for all this water and nutrients coming from the roots. So you have to be careful with trees which were cut back. Sometimes even the shape of the branches and of the leaves and of everything changes a lot. So those, well, root shoots, suckers, or those thin tall twigs which come out of cut back or cut down trees, they can look a lot different. I've even seen examples where even the spines of the trees kind of turn into leaves, because the plant just needs a lot of leaf mass and photosynthesis. It needs to get rid of all the water and nutrients. Well, I was absolutely sure this is Morus alba, and then I looked at it again. Despite everything, the twigs are still quite thick. Well, this could be due to the fact that they have a lot of nutrients to get rid of. However, the leaves are also kind of sandpapery. They are almost smooth on the upper surface, but they are slightly sandpapery on the lower surface. Also, the general appearance is more of a Morus nigra. Also, because when a tree is cut back, the seasons don't mean so much to it anymore. It's in flower. Well, here in Tenerife, in a subtropical climate, there are seasons. But since there is no harsh frost, the seasons are not like in Central or Northern Europe. They are not the law of nature, but they are just a suggestion of nature for the trees to behave appropriate to the season. Well, some trees, most temperate trees here in those subtropical islands, they do behave the way they are supposed to, but some of them, as you can see, a lot of mulberry trees, they don't bother dropping their leaves until very late, and this one is even flowering. Let's see. Those look like male flowers. However, I don't know. I mean, if we are lucky in a couple of weeks, there might actually be edible fruit on it. So now I'm pretty sure that this is a black mulberry, despite all the habitus, all the appearance pointing towards a white mulberry. But the sandpaperiness of the leaves, the general appearance of the leaves, the appearance of the young twigs, and also the fact that black mulberries are much more common here in this island than white mulberries. I was surprised that I found a tree I could identify as a white mulberry. So now I'm pretty sure that this is a black mulberry. Please comment on this one, folks. Tell me, what is this? Is this black mulberry, white mulberry, a hybrid? Basically, black mulberry was cultivated and is still cultivated here as a fruit tree. But the silk production, which is usually managed through the white mulberry, hasn't been a thing in the Canary Islands for a very long time. I think there are a couple places which still do it more or less for fun and for the tourists, but nothing really commercial anymore. So folks, please comment on that. What is this tree? Black mulberry, white mulberry? Also, I think that by now I discovered basically everything mulberry-like I can expect on the Canary Islands in November. So please hit me with some other suggestions what fruit I should look for and where shall I look for them. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the parks, gardens, countryside and sometimes busy roadsides of Tenerife. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.